Hi guys, I was challenged by Joanna Henshaw to do the Ice Bucket Challenge, but since I am a science teacher, I just couldn't resist giving you a little background information on ALS before I let you see my husband dump a bucket of ice water on my head. So to start out with, ALS is actually a myotrophic lateral sclerosis, and I'm just going to give you a little information about that. The scientist who discovered ALS, his name was Jean-Martin Charcot. He actually discovered this by working on autopsies of patients who had died from ALS before they actually knew what it was. And what he observed was the fact that they had reduced or damaged nerve cells. Today we know that ALS is actually a mutation on the 21st chromosome. And what happens is the 21st chromosome, that section of DNA, codes for a specific protein. And since there's a mutation, the protein is not made correctly. So a quick lesson on DNA and how it makes proteins. So your DNA chain is sort of like a blueprint. It tells the ribosomes what order to place the amino acids in. And if there's a mutation and the DNA sequence is wrong, then the protein gets put together incorrectly. And so that's what happens with ALS. The protein is not assembled correctly, and so therefore it doesn't work correctly. So the name of this protein is SOD1. And what happens is when this protein is not made correctly, nerve cells cannot repair themselves. And what happens is you end up with damaged nerve cells. So now a little bit about nerve cells. Nerve cells sort of look like a spider with a long tail. And what happens is information comes in one end of the nerve cell and goes out the other end of the nerve cell. And so information is transmitted between nerve cells. Now with ALS, the nerve cells in the middle become damaged. And when they are damaged and they die, then it's sort of like an electrical wire that got cut in half. Information cannot travel from one nerve cell to the other because the piece in the middle is damaged. And the body has to either reroute the signals or the signal just doesn't get sent. The initial stages of ALS normally start with muscle fatigue or weakness. In very rare cases, some ALS patients actually start with the symptoms of not being able to speak or swallow. As this disease progresses, most patients lose the ability to walk, move their arms, speak, swallow, and sometimes even breathe because the diaphragm doesn't work correctly. In the final stages of the disease, ALS patients normally die from respiratory failure because the diaphragm simply will not work to move and push air in and out of their lungs. Pneumonia, which is a side effect of not being able to breathe deep enough to get all the moisture out of your lungs, or heart failure. The average patient diagnosed with ALS normally only lives 3 to 5 years after symptoms begin. Some patients have lived up to 50 years after diagnosis. And now for the coup d'etat, or the main reason we really should be doing this Ice Bucket Challenge. As of right now, there is only one drug approved by the FDA to treat ALS. So we really need to get some more research out there into this because there's got to be a better way. Alright, the moment you've all been waiting for. Before I do this, I'd like to call out 3 people that I really want to see do this. Austin Love, Cody Meadows, and Eli Renfro. Good luck, guys. Alright, kiddos. You got it? You high enough?
Yeah.
Here.